Hello and welcome back to the podcast that will steal the declaration with you. Welcome back to the best part of your week. Welcome back to the Love, Death and Movies podcast, internet's number one film breakdown and review show, the show that crushes watch lists week after week. Every month is a different genre. Every week is a different film in that genre. So follow us and everything. Join us on the ride. Let's watch some movies. Ash, that was the best one I've ever done. I just want to put that out there. That was the best one I've ever done. I was also... I have pages of notes. I was scrolling to the top as after I started it. You didn't even notice. That was just so clean. That was so clean. Oh my God. Everyone in the comments, please just say how clean Harry is. Don't say that. That sounds weird. With me this week and every week is the Pride of the West Coast, Ash. Ash, first movies. Ash, how are you?
I'm doing great, Harry. Thank you for asking. I'm excited for this episode.
It's episode 50. We've done 50 of these fucking cunts. Sorry, things. Look at them.
A lot.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
Something to celebrate.
It's like you've had to endure me for at least 50 hours.
It's a lot. It's a big task.
That's crazy. That's like a whole Elden Ring. That's nuts. Wow.
I'm expecting my gift in the mail.
The payment is on its way. Absolutely. But we are edging off the month of Nicolas Cage, which thank you again for Ash for agreeing to allow me to do this. But we didn't even think of this when we were planning episodes. Episode 50, we're doing the greatest film of all time, which is National Treasure. I can't wait to talk about this, Ash. But Ash, I'm sure people already looked at because we're wearing the exact same clothes. How was your last week? AKA last 30 minutes because we're bulking records. Sorry.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to focus on something different. Well, what I will say is that this is my last episode for just a couple of weeks, maybe 4 weeks or so. So, that's a little sad, but I'll be back and better than ever. Ready to get into the spirit of whatever we have in store for November. More to come on that, but. I'll be sad to miss some episodes, but I'm doing well. Had some pizza in the last 30 minutes, my usual Friday night routine, and it's as good as ever. If you don't air fry pizza, people who are listening, you need to start air frying your pizza. It's the only way to eat it.
Oh, hell yeah. Now, you're a pepperoni girl. We know this.
I am. I really am.
I'm a pepperoni boy, so I'm like good company here.
I could shake your hand, Harry.
Oh, if only. Are you a thin crust or like a thicker crust?
I don't specify. The place we get it from, it's really, I would say it's more of a regular to thick crust. It's not thin. It's not super crunchy. They roll it up and there's sauce within the crust.
Oh, that's fucking unreal.
Yeah. So it's like they make the pizza flat and they roll the crust up into whatever you have.
Oh,
so it just tastes so good. And it gets crispy, but it's still really doughy.
Is it like New York style slice? The classic pizza slice?
You get it in a small medium. It's not by the slice.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. That sounds.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm now pretty hungry.
Tell us about your last 30 minutes. What have you been up to?
I also had I had pizza last night, so I had some leftover pizza, so that's kind of hilarious. But I've just been kind of meditating and gearing myself up for the greatest episode of podcasting history, which we're talking about the greatest movie of all time. And I will take no argument because this is National Treasure, which was created in 2004, directed by John Turteltaub. Quick synopsis, Ash, for the people. All right. In order to break the code, one man will have to break all the rules. Oh, Ash, oh, baby. Modern treasure hunters led by archaeologist Ben Gates search for the chest of riches rumored to be stashed away by George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, and Benjamin Franklin during the Revolutionary War. The chest's whereabouts may lie in secret clues embedded in the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence, Ash. And Gates is in a race to find the gold before his enemies do. Budget of $100 million, box office of $6 billion, crazy. Ash, what do you think of National Treasure to edge off the month of Nikki C?
I think it's the worst movie ever made. Oh, wait, sorry.
Even the joke that did hurt.
Sorry.
That's fucking nuts. I'm not
okay
now.
I had to. You made it too easy by hyping it up too much. I'm sorry. No, I love this movie. I have a long-standing history with this movie. I'm very curious to hear from you what your history is with this movie, not being American, because I feel like for me, this is the American movie. I remember watching this when I was in middle school in preparation for a DC trip that I was going on. So when you're in the US, when you're in 8th grade, it's super common for most schools to do like a Washington, D.C. trip at the end of the school year. And you have to like pay to go. But everyone who can go goes on this trip. You go see all these like historical monuments and museums. And like, I remember we went to the locations and they'd be like, this is where they filmed that scene in National Treasure. And like, it was like
Awesome.
a big thing.
Awesome.
Yeah, so, like, it's just been, I feel like, a part of my childhood for so long, and then I didn't revisit it forever. I'll be honest, like, until I met you, I feel like I had forgotten about this film, and then I rewatched it in the last couple of years, and now I've seen it, like, 3 times in the last, like, 2.5 years, I think,
You've been
and it's
living.
just so much fun. It's like it's such a great adventure movie. They don't make movies like this anymore.
They
Nicolas
don't.
Cage is just at his best, and it's just a blast. I love it so much. I don't take it too seriously, as far as, like, a filmmaking perspective, but I do think that as far as like a plot, it's solid. Like it's very well laid out. It's built suspense. Like it has thriller aspects to it. It's funny. It's just a great adventure. I
The,
absolutely love it.
the word you're thinking of, Ash, is masterpiece, which it
Right,
is.
that's right.
Which it
Yeah.
is. Like this movie, my history, I don't even know. Like I think I watched it as a kid, and it's one of those movies I just kept rewatching. It's fun as fuck. It's got good heart. The story is great. It gives you like some actual like historical lessons throughout it, which is great. I couldn't give a shit about the Declaration of Independence before this
Yeah.
fucking film.
Who does?
And now I kind of know all about the Declaration of Independence. It's kind of crazy. Of course, I adore Nicolas Cage. Everyone knows this. I think he's amazing. But I think this is one of the movies where you can really see he really loves doing what he's doing. And
Hmm.
he's just enjoying it. And he's always said he'll do a National Treasure 3. Like, he's always said it. Because I fucking love National Treasure 2 as well. I think the movie's great. Except for the pouring water on rocks scene. Everything else, unreal. Kidnapping the president. Shouldn't do it. But like this movie is just fun as hell. It's so rewatchable. You can put it on any day and you'll be enjoying it. It is a long film.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is fine. It could be 4 hours. It could be a bit longer, if you ask me. Make it a 3 hour just fucking epic. Eat shit, Ridley Scott. Like, just make this a fucking epic. You know, I think that'd be amazing. I can't. Oh man, I'm really looking forward to deep diving into this movie. But again, like this and other Nicolas Cage movies, it's hard to really deep dive into this one.
Hmm.
But we'll just go through the story, Ash, as always. Any other little tidbits, please do sing out. But then we got a little fun collaborative draft to end the episode, which would be good fun. Which first time we ever doing a collaborative draft. I've got no idea how it works, so I can't wait for you to explain it to
I
me.
got you.
Yeah, I can't wait. But Ash, we're starting off, okay? Benjamin Franklin Gates,
Ridiculous, by the way.
what a
Absolutely
name.
ridiculous.
played by Nicolas Cage, is a historian and amateur cryptologist, which I believe we're, in secret, I think we're all amateur cryptologists, by the way. And the youngest descendant of a long line of treasure hunters. Through Ben's father, Patrick Henry Gates, played by John Voight, amen, tries to discourage Ben from following the family line as he spent over 20 years looking for the national treasure, attracting ridicule from on the family's name. Young Ben is encouraged and onward by the clue, quote, "The secret lies with Charlotte." Ooh, who is Charlotte? What is Charlotte? Who knows? From his grandfather, John Adam Gates. That was Christopher Plummer, wasn't it?
Yes.
Oh man, rest in peace. I'm pretty sure he's dead.
I'll fact check that
Yeah,
real
please
quick.
do. If he's listening, I apologize, but I'm pretty sure he's very dead. Christopher Plummer. I think it was like a couple of years
He
ago.
died in 2021.
Boom. Sorry, I shouldn't say. I shouldn't celebrate. But yeah, rest in peace, Christopher Plummer. His best role of all time, I think we can both agree, is the grandfather in National Treasure. I think
Or the
Then-
grandfather in Knives Out. Just one woman's
one of
opinion.
two, one of two. All right, it is what it is. Yeah, from his grandfather John Adam Gates in 1974, that could lead to the fabled national treasure hidden by the founding fathers of the United States and Freemasons during the American Revolutionary War. That was entrusted to the family by Charles Carroll of Carrollington in 1832. This is all exposition that you don't really need to know, but that was all done before his death and protect the family name. So in the present, we're on an expedition funded by and led by Ian Howe, played by the guy that dies in every fucking movie, Sean Bean. Ben and his friend, computer expert Riley Poole, which everyone believes is the best character of this series. Not me, but he's like, yeah, he's just a fun little jovial comedic. Like,
He's so
relief.
thoughtful. slothful though. So slothful.
Yeah, yeah, I love them. Track down. They all track down a colonial ship that is trapped under the Arctic ice, the Charlotte. I wonder if the secret lies here, Ash. We'll find out.
Oh.
Aboard the ship, they discover a pipe engraved with a Knights Templar riddle that Ben connects with to an invisible map written by Thomas Matlack. Sorry, on the back of the Declaration of Independence. Now, Ash, the start of this film, what are you thinking? Like, you already straight away, you're like, this is where I'm in for a fucking fun ride. What are you thinking?
I think the fact that they decide to start with them like going out in the snow in the middle of nowhere, like it already sets up this epic adventure.
Oh, yeah.
And I think for me, the fact that they're taking it so seriously is why I can have so much fun watching it.
Yeah. Amen.
It's fantastic.
It's so damn good. So when Ian reveals that he'll go to any lengths to find the treasure, including stealing the Declaration of Independence, Ben stands up against him. There is no way that you can steal the Declaration of Independence. We're not doing that. Give it 15 minutes. A fight ensues, during which spilled gunpowder is ignited. Ian escapes the ship, leaving it to explode before departing with the team. Ben and Riley are trapped inside, but survive the explosion somehow by hiding in a smuggler's hold and return to the United States, determined to stop Ian. When Ben and Riley try to tell various authorities, including the FBI and Dr. Abigail Chase, which... Diane Kruger, welcome to the list. Welcome to the smoke show list. Holy shit, Ash. Are you kidding me with this? Are you kidding me with this? You're like, Harry, you need to watch National Treasure. And I'm like, all right. But then she just turns up and I'm like, oh, man, I see.
She just so casually turns up, like, no big deal.
I got all these buttons. Oh, fucking yeah, you do. Abigail Chase, shout out. She works at the National Archives. They dismiss all their claims. The FBI, the National Archives dismiss all the claims, considering the Declaration to being able to be stolen. So then they walk up to the Declaration of Independence, and Ben says these words, Ash. I want you to close your eyes and picture that you're watching this film. 180 years of searching, and I'm 3 feet away. Of all the words written about freedom, there's a line that's at the heart of all the others. But with a long train of abuses and usurpations pursuing invariably the same object, evinces a design to reduce them under absolute despotism. It is their right, it is their duty to throw off such government and provide new guards for their future security. People don't talk that way anymore. It means if there's something wrong, those with the ability to take action have the responsibility to take action. And I'm gonna steal it. I'm gonna steal the Declaration of Independence. Oh, let's fucking go! Let's go.
How did you get that recording of Nic Cage?
Oh man, he was actually here. See that?
I missed him. Why'd you have me close my eyes?
Because it's just all about experience. You'll see it in the video.
I'm changed. I'm absolutely changed.
Ash, for me, this is one of the best quotes in cinema. This is so much fun. This is the heart and soul of this film. This is how this is the sell of this film. Of just like, yeah, they're treasure hunters. They still go steal the Declaration of Independence. You're like, okay, awesome. What do you think about this part? Like, of course, this entire film's so like fantastical, right? It's so bizarre and crazy, but it's like you're in it, right? Because 15 minutes ago, he's like, we can't do that. No one should ever touch the Declaration. Then he's like, I'll do it. like.
Yeah, the idea that you would steal something that you respect and love so much and cherish so much just for the fact that you have to keep someone else from stealing it.
Yeah.
I don't know that any type of love in the entire universe has ever been as deep as this man has for his history and respecting the fact that he can't let this go to the other group of guys. That's dedication. It really is. When he says like, I'm going to steal it. It's the most epic line in cinema history. Like, honestly, I don't know how Nic Cage does it. I don't know how the man does it.
Because he's not born on this earth. That's what it is. I'm very sure. I'm like 70, 75% sure he's born on Mars. I just don't think he comes from human descent. You know what I mean? Like, he's that perfect.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Also, we just did an episode of Face Off with Pat Pippi Drippy. Pippi Drippy, fucking legend. We can all agree. Like, absolutely. Everyone knows this already. He's like one of the most beloved people on TikTok. Fucking legend. We didn't discuss this in Face Off, and if I can just call back to Face Off for just a second, Ash. They switch their faces. They don't switch their bodies. John Travolta's massive in that movie, and Nicolas Cage
Yeah.
isn't. You'd think that like at least their John Travolta's wife would like question some things, you know, like just in the the shoulders. It's double the size of Nicolas Cage's shoulders. You know, it's just things like that stick with me.
I'm confused. But when John Travolta's being Sean, or when he's being he's Caster
Yeah,
as John Travolta, it's John Travolta's body. It's not like it's Nick Cage's body.
exactly. But it's still in the movie. It's like it's Nick Cage's body, of course.
Yeah, you're supposed to like. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
But it's like imagine Nicolas Cage's face on a giant. Like even his head is 3 times the size of Nicolas Cage. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter. We'll get back to National Treasure, all right? But I just wanted to like, it just enters my brain. I kind of want to bring that to the table. But Ash will continue on because oh man, this movie wraps up so quickly as well. Even though this movie is like 2 hours, 2 hours 10. There isn't too much to go through, but it's good fun. Ben and Riley co-aut their own plan to steal the Declaration of Independence during a gala event and execute it just before Ian and his team arrive. Imagine that. Jesus Christ. Abigail, suspicious of Ben's presence at the gala, becomes caught up with Ben and Riley as they escape from Ian and the authorities. I love these scenes of the heist. Just like the whole thing of it being executed, I think is great. And then like, of course, with Ian kind of getting in there. But the great scene of him in the gift shop
Yes.
where he's actually got the Declaration. He goes, you can't take that. It's like, you got to buy it. It's like $35. Wow. I think that's...
I got 32.51. She's like, we take Visa. But he knows that when he uses the card,
yeah, he's fucked.
it's going to ruin everything. But he
Yeah.
has no choice. Like, I love the fact that he ends up buying 2 of them. I think that's such a smart little thing to put in there.
Yeah, exactly. So Ben's identity is tracked to the theft because of the visa, as you said, and they're forced to go to their father's home, which, okay, they know who he is. And he's like, we'll go to my dad's. You know what I mean? But hey, the movie's perfect. Go to their father's home, much to Patrick's surprise and dismay. Patrick, of course, is John Voight. Ben and Abigail find an Ottendorf cipher, which is a cipher, on the back of the Declaration, to which, using the riddle on the page, on the pipe from the Charlotte, they connect it to the Silence Do Good letters, written by Benjamin Franklin. Sorry. At the Franklin Institute in Philadelphia. Decoding the messages, it points to where the Liberty Bell was. They then head to the top of the Independence Hall at the specific time of 2:22, where the trio find a pair of spectacles with multicolored lenses invented by Franklin that reveal additional clues on the back of the Declaration. Here at the wall, that's what it says. The group is caught by Ian, and even though they split up, Riley and Abigail and the Declaration are all caught by Ian, while Agent Peter Sadowski captures Ben with the glasses. Shout out to Harvey Keitel. Harvey Keitel is just, he kind of plays the exact same role as he does in Pulp Fiction in this.
It doesn't even matter. Like, you're talking about my perfect movie and your perfect movie, and we have the same fucking guy. Like, how?
Yeah.
How?
Yeah, exactly. But he's just got that presence. Like, even at the end where he's just like, I'd really not like to go to prison. He's like, someone's got to go to prison, Ben. And you're like, if you got a chopper, I can help you fix that problem.
But also, can we please, like, for a second, let's take
time.
your love for this movie out of it. Is the FBI is involved in someone stealing the Declaration of Independence?
I think so.
Like,
would it be?
I'm sure they would be, but it's just such a ridiculous concept. The fact that someone would even think to steal it in the first place.
Yeah.
Like, as someone who's always been American, like, I've been hearing about the Declaration of Independence since I could remember in history class.
Yeah.
And just the fact that they made a movie about how there could be a treasure map linked to it and that people would actually steal it, like criminally steal it, like go through all that effort, and then the FBI would be involved. It is the most ridiculous concept it might even be more ridiculous than Face Off.
Whoa.
The concept, I mean, that's why it works so well, because it's like they're taking it so seriously, and that's what makes it such a fun adventure movie. It's great.
This movie's fantastic, Ash. That's what you're trying to say. This movie's fun.
I'm not shitting on it. I just think that
fantastic.
It is. And the concept, though, you have to admit,
It's
It is wild.
crazy. It's crazy. It's fucking wild. But the movie does suggest that there is something written on the back of the Declaration of Independence. It is true that there is something written on the back. The writing on the back of the Declaration of Independence reads Original Declaration of Independence dated 4th July 1776, and it appears on the bottom of the document upside down. While no one knows for certain who wrote it, it is known that in the early stage of its life, the large parchment document was rolled up for storage, so it's unlikely that the notation was added simply as a label. So it's likely that the notation was added simply as a label. So no, from what we know, there's no actual treasure map there, but we'll find out. But yeah, just to reiterate, I love Harvey Keitel in this. I think Harvey Keitel is just like a good little like what's it called, like a third party sort of character in this, you know, because you got the two butting heads and then you got the authorities, which are kind of like playing both sides in a way. They just want to protect. But I do think that the FBI would be involved because, like, let's say like the Louvre gets. Oh no, that wouldn't be the FBI though. The FBI is purely American, isn't it?
I guess. Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying that they wouldn't be involved that this happened, but this would never happen because no one cares to steal the Declaration of Independence.
Unless there's something on the back of it. We must find it. Ash.
Okay.
I reckon
Harry, you're getting out of hand.
I reckon we should do this. All right, I'm just
We
saying
should do this?
we
Okay.
could do it. You know, that'd be cool.
You're crazy. I have a couple thoughts of parts that you've touched on so far. Really quickly.
Yes, please. Go ahead.
The scene where they're discovering the cipher, and the scene of him just going, like blowing it's the most dramatic scene in movie history, and I love it. And then I think this is where she's like, no, I have to do it, and like she drops like the lemon. Like she's like, for some reason she has to do it herself. She like won't let him do it.
Yeah.
I can't remember what the reason is. And then they're just like, we're gonna need more lemons. It's so fantastic. That whole scene at his dad's house is one of my favorites. But one thing I was curious to get your opinion on, only because I feel like it's gonna quickly brush over me, so I want to bring it up now.
Go ahead.
I've seen some people say this about this movie, and I was kind of thinking a little bit as I was rewatching it. But do you think that there's a little bit of like misogynist behavior towards Abigail from Riley and Ben?
Well, maybe. Like, in what realm?
I don't know. I feel like I had seen a couple like things people say that, and I was kind of trying to like think about it while I was watching it, like seeing if I agreed or not. I do think at some points when they're speaking to her, they're a little bit condescending, like especially Riley's character, which I think is why I've always had beef with him. Because I've always hated that character, and I'd never have been able to figure out why.
Right.
He's like very particularly like hostile towards her. It's like she's a fucking doctor.
Yeah, I do. I get what you're saying. I always saw that because she didn't believe them at first, so that they took that to heart, and that's why they're always against her like that. But like, I do see it from that point of view as well. Maybe.
Interesting. I don't know. I just wanted to bring it up since we're discussing the film, and there's not like a lot of, I don't know, narrative like breakdown to have. I just thought it was an interesting conversation because I never really took it that way. But I don't think that it was particularly because she was like a female. But I can see someone like Riley. I feel like his type of character he's playing.
Yeah.
I could see him being very threatened by like a smart woman. So it kind of makes sense. I think Ben is more just like kind of being Ben, like his character just sort of has that personality. I don't think it's because she's a female by any means, but I thought it was an interesting perspective. So
she's a woman. Oh, yeah.
It was the early 2000s. I mean, it wouldn't be that shocking if they kind of just naturally had that tone there, but I don't think it's like super blatant by any means.
No, for sure. Nice. No, I get what you mean. Let's continue on. Ian, under the guise of a prisoner exchange, lures the FBI into a trap aboard the USS Interpret, a ship, allowing for them to grab Ben. Which there's a great scene where he goes, where he's talking to what's the detective called? Sadowski. He's like, Sadowski, I found door number 3, and I'm taking it. He just jumps off the ship. It's so good. I love it. Allowing them to grab Ben, holding Abigail and Riley and Patrick hostage. Ian forces Ben to use the binoculars or the little spectacles and find the next clue, which leads them to the Trinity Church in New York City. Beneath the church, through a secret tunnel behind the coffin of Parkington Lane, they find an enormous shaft with an elevator system. This is where it gets super like Uncharted. If you ever played the Uncharted games, whenever I was playing the Uncharted games, I really very much thought of Natural Treasure, because I do think this is like their main go for this was before I believe this was before Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, so they kind of want to bring that Indiana Jones feel back to cinema.
Yeah. Adventure films had kind of died off a little bit, like
Yeah,
in the 80s. And I feel like this definitely was like kind of bringing it back, which like this and The Mummy, I feel like were,
yeah.
two kind of little franchises that were kind of trying to bring back the adventure film.
Oh, how good's the Mummy, by the way?
So good.
And
So good.
we should put that on a list.
Absolutely.
Yes, okay.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. When walking down the stairs of the shaft, it all begins to collapse a little, but they manage somehow. At the bottom of the shaft, they find a room lit only by one lantern, which Ben and Patrick trick Ian into thinking that it refers to Paul Revere's ride and indicates the treasure to be at the Old North Church in Boston. Ian and his men leave Ben, Riley, Abigail, and Patrick stranded as they ascend to the surface, unaware that Ben has purposely tricked them because they're about to find the national treasure. Ben pushes a button on an unfinished pyramid, the all-seeing eye on the wall, and opens a secret door to the empty room. Patrick apologizes to Ben and admits that the treasure is real. Ben believes that there's another way to the surface and is keeping on searching, and then finds a secret keyhole using the pipe and from the Charlotte, and opens yet another secret door. But there's a great line of like, "There's another way out, Riley, through the treasure room," and he pressures, so good. It reveals the vast treasure trove from which he's been searching for his entire life, and a route to the surface. That's where you see Riley start crying. He's like, "Riley, why are you crying?" He goes, "Look, stairs." It's so good. I can kind of finish it off. I'll finish it off and then we can talk. I've only got like one more paragraph because this movie is so fucking. It's you can truncate it so easy. When the four ascend back to the church, Ben calls Agent Sadusky, who's revealed to be part of the Freemasons. Crazy. Ben and Sadusky arrange a deal with a safe return of the Declaration and identifying where Ian and his men can be found. Sadusky will clear all their names. The treasure will be distributed among museums throughout the world, and the Gates family will receive credit for the discovery. Ian is captured by the FBI at the Old North Church in Boston and charged with kidnapping, attempted murder, and trespassing on government property. The film ends showing that Ben chose to accept the US government's only a 1% finder's fee for himself and his team. That's still enough to make him and his friends quite wealthy. It's like $100 million. Given that Ben's estimate value of the find is $10 billion. In addition, Ben has begun a romantic relationship with Abigail all of a sudden, and brought a mansion that they'll be living in. And Riley's bought a Ferrari. So it's good fun. And we're all going to be looking forward to National Treasure 2, Book of Secrets. So Ash, anything to kind of add in those last parts, and anything to kind of give me a full review and score?
This movie is just ridiculous. Everything is just a little bit too convenient, if you ask me. Like, really? The FBI agent is a Freemason.
Yeah.
He's fine with letting the other guy take everything's just so conveniently working out for them.
Someone's gonna go to jail, Ben. Someone's gonna go to jail.
Not gonna be Ben. But yeah, everything is just kind of like a little too convenient. Like, is this guy just like the luckiest person alive? Or I don't know, maybe he is, but
maybe.
Yeah, the scenes when they're down, like in the Uncharted, like you were talking about, no way that exists, but I fucking love that premise that they like crawl through this grave type like tombstone and find this, and that's where the treasure actually is. And the dad just keeps saying, "Status quo, Ben, status quo," which is great. And then like the scene when they're walking down, he grabs the flame, they start walking, and Abigail's behind him, and he just goes, "Hang on." Turns around and like plants a big old kiss on her, and then keeps going.
So good, isn't it? Oh, chills.
It's just so epic. It's like such a standard adventure movie recipe, and I think it's fantastic. But yeah, the treasure room, ridiculous. The staircase out of there, ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
And then it like leads back to the other side of the tomb where they came in.
Oh,
it doesn't even make sense logically, like position wise. That whatever, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. The final couple of minutes of the movie, I don't know. I don't love it. I'm sorry. I don't love just like them holding hands walking at this mansion and Riley in his Ferrari.
His little run he did. Oh, it's so good.
It's not my favorite ending, but it's how I kind of would expect it to end. But I still love this movie so much. I think I always will. Like I said, it's been connected to me since I was like 11 or 12 years old. I think Nic Cage is fantastic per usual. And weirdly, I was kind of like, he looks good in this
He
movie.
does, doesn't he? He does.
He
Do
does.
you want to add him? We can add
Yeah.
him.
Yeah, let's
Uh,
add him. Yeah, let's add him.
come on.
This movie in particular, I think there's too many movies where he's a bit more in that like narrow face, like skinny build that he normally has. But with this one, I feel like I don't know if he just like they framed him differently in his clothes or he bulked up a little. I don't know. He doesn't look like he normally looks to me.
Yeah, he looks fitted out.
He looks good. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. He looks
But
like
yeah,
a
no, I think
good
this is
slice
a
of
great
pie.
film. A what?
He looks like a nice slice of pie.
Nice slice of pie. Yeah. No, I think this movie is one of those ones you can't really break it down too deep. Like I do think the story is very straightforward and
Yeah,
very fun.
yeah,
And the narrative is very like it progresses very good. This is a 2 hour, 11-minute movie that doesn't feel quite as long. Whereas like in comparison, Face Off, I felt the runtime a little bit
yeah,
at certain points. Whereas this, you don't really feel the runtime at all. So yeah, I just think that it's an essential adventure movie that everyone needs to watch and just have fun with. Like this is not one that you analyze. You just kind of turn your brain on and off, not on, and watch Nic Cage just do what he does best. And the supporting cast is also just fantastic as well.
yeah.
So I give it a 4 out of 5. So that's the best I can do for you. I'm sorry.
Four is tough. Yeah. But I'll
I'm
tell you, it is what it is. Yeah, this movie is one of my favorite movies of all time. It's like a comfort film. I watch this whenever I'm sad or if it's raining. I just put on National Treasure. It's one of those movies you can watch it in like any part of the film and you got to finish it. As you said, it's like it's. I think this is essential just for fun. Everyone like you're not gonna finish this movie and like regret watching this. No one would be. It's just a good standard adventure film that is just a hell of a lot of fun. Yeah, I give it 5 just because I fucking love this movie. This movie.
Wait, so is this actually like I want you to feel like you can talk about it enough. Is this actually like your number one favorite movie of all time?
No, no,
No.
but it's like in the top 10, but it's no,
Okay.
it's not my number one. No. But I truly like love this film. Like it's not a joke. I fucking
No, I
love
know you
this
do.
film. Yeah, but it is. I think it's like yeah, it's in my top 15 of all time.
Okay.
I remember doing my list. I've got Letterboxd open. I always have Letterboxd open whenever I'm doing.
Yeah,
the
12
podcast.
Angry Men is your favorite, like actual favorite movie, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, my top 25. Here we go. It'll be opening. It is sitting at number 12. So
I love that. I mean, still being able to talk about one of your favorite movies of all time on episode 50. Still epic.
that's pretty cool, right? Wait, I gotta wait. It might actually move to 13. Yeah, we'll move to 13. So just to go from my top 15. So number 15, Dark Knight. 14, School of Rock. 13, Natural Treasure. 12, Social Network. 11, Heat. 10, No Country for Old Men. 9, Alien. 8, Shaun of the Dead. 7, Scream. Whiplash. 6. I might drop Whiplash. Doesn't matter. 5, Empire Strikes Back. 4, all of the Lord of the Rings. 3, The Blues Brothers. 2, The Matrix. 1, 12 Angry Men.
Love it.
Yeah, that's me.
All right.
All right, Ash. That is the end of the month of Nicolas Cage, and we're entering a new month, which is another month of Nicolas Cage. No, we're doing
Can
a
you
month.
imagine?
We're doing a month of slashes. I don't think we've determined exactly which one we're doing first, so I'm just going to pick one, and we'll just do it around there, so it'll be fine. We're starting off the month with Scream. So we're doing first one. We'll do Scream, yeah, because we've got to move
I
another
won't
one.
be here, so I'm just like nodding, like, sure, yeah.
Yeah, we've got to move on to the end of the month. So we had that. It doesn't matter. Yeah. So next week we're starting up our month of slashes for the entire month of October. So we're doing it with what I believe is the best slasher of all time. I've got a tattoo of it right there, which is Scream. I can't wait to watch Scream. Ash, I'm sure you're going to be able to rewatch it. And you can just join in on the comments below. But
Okay.
Ash, until then, tell me what we're doing.
Okay. So we're going to take some inspiration from the Movie Draft podcast. So shout out them, Ethan,
Yay.
Ben, and Sophie.
Love 'em.
And
Love that
yeah,
podcast.
great podcast. I've been a guest a couple times and it's a lot of fun. I've never done a collaborative draft though. And they do this normally with 3 people, but you can do it with 2. So I've taken kind of general rules that they use. And so what we're going to do, since it's our 50th episode and it's, it's a big deal,
Mm-hmm.
we have so far reviewed technically 40 movies, including National Treasure, since
Yes.
January. But we are going to count the Before trilogy as one film
Yep.
because I think we agree that they're all
one
great
story.
for different reasons. And we did them as one episode. So we're going to count them as one movie. So 38 movies.
Mm-hmm.
We are going to collaboratively draft 15. So what this means is this is what we believe to be the top 15 films of the 38 that we have reviewed so far this year.
Okay.
It's collaborative in the sense that we're going to have drafter A and drafter B. We each get one veto. So what that means is just anytime one of us can each use a veto if we want to. We may not even want to use it.
Mm-hmm.
And so what that means is like if you put up a movie at number 8 and I'm just like, absolutely not, I won't allow that movie there. I can veto it and you have to pick something else.
Okay.
But the thing is, you could then put that movie at the next spot that you pick.
Right.
So as long as you can't pick the movie again, you just can't. If I veto it, it's just for that position. So you want to kind of be strategic about when you use your veto, I guess, because if you just veto it immediately, like if you have to be pretty passionate about something.
So you got one veto for the entire thing?
Each of us, yeah. Well, it's just 2 drafters. We
so
could
if
do
I
2
say
vetoes.
16 candles at 15, that's going to eat your veto real quick.
If I feel like it's worth it, but I could think that there's something else.
Candles.
I'm actually tempted to let us each have 2 though, because
two then.
I think they each did 1 veto when they did like 7 movies. We're doing 15, so I think you definitely need up to 2. So yeah, we'll do up to 2 vetoes. You don't have to use it, but you can.
Okay.
And I did the wheel earlier, and I was first. And so the way that Movie Draft Podcast does it is if you're the first one, you get to pick your drafter spot.
Okay.
So I can choose if I want to be drafter A or B. So drafter A gets 1 less pick, but they get to pick spot 13, 11, 9, 7, 5, 3, and 1. So drafter A gets to pick 1 position.
So we go through like pick 1 is someone, either me or you.
Yes.
And then pick 2, go me or you, the other person.
So we're going to start from the bottom. So we're going to start with movie 15. So which one is like, out of the top 15, which one do we think is like the 15th best movie? We're not starting from the top. We're starting from the bottom.
Okay.
So that's where the vetoes come in handy, because say you put something up at 6 and I'm just like, absolutely not. I don't think that movie deserves to be there. I could veto it. But then, like I said, you could still put it up for your next pick if you're that passionate about that movie being high up. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and take drafter A position because I want the number 1 spot.
Yeah, no, you do. I'm like, I've got the list of movies and I'm just like deleting ones and I'm like, this won't make the list. So I've got like
You just never know, but so you get pick 15 and 14. So you get the first 2. So you get to pick the 15th best and the 14th best movie.
Okay.
You also get picks 12, 10, 8, 6, 4, and 2. So you get 1 extra pick than I do. And we both get 2 vetoes. So this is our first time. We're just going to try and see how this goes. Like I said, we've done 38 movies, including the Before trilogy as one thing. I'm going to just quickly read off all the movies so that everybody kind of knows what we're picking from.
Yeah, do that.
Starting from January, we're just going to go in order here. Heat, Pulp Fiction, The Green Mile, The Matrix, The Lobster, In the Mood for Love, 10 Things I Hate About You, Before trilogy, I, Tonya, Warrior, Remember the Titans, Talladega Nights, Green Room, Under the Silver Lake, Come On, Come On, Minari, Clerks, After Sun, 16 Candles, District 9, This Is Spinal Tap, Do the Right Thing, Holes, Jaws, Wake in Fright, Juno, Boyhood, The Way, Way Back, Kiki's Delivery Service, Moonlight, Dial M for Murder, Rear Window, Rope, Vertigo, Raising Arizona, Adaptation, Face Off, and National Treasure.
Interesting.
Can you believe we've done all those movies
That's
this year?
crazy.
All right, so with that, Harry, you get to put up a movie for spot 15.
Spot 15. I would love it if you do if by the end of it, it's a fucking mixture, you know?
Yeah, no, for sure. You don't want it to just be like everything that's 5 stars, or I don't know. It's not always about the rating. Sometimes it's just about what you think is.
It's about the fun, you know?
Yeah.
It's about the fun in the journey. Okay, so I'm like going through. I want to keep the heavy hitters to be up the top, right? That's kind of like the.
Yeah, so this is the 15th best, technically, out of the 38 we've watched.
I want to
with the Before trilogy being one thing.
I want to go Dial M for Murder. I think that's like a towards the top of what we watched for the Hitchcock, but it's also like leaves a couple of the Hitchcocks to be up the top if we in a few more time turns, but it deserves to be on this list, I believe.
Okay, I'm not gonna veto that. So yes, sounds good. And you also get the 14th pick as well.
Okay, 14th pick. I want to go Warrior.
Okay.
I think Warrior is fantastic. It also started
Mm-hmm.
the Smoke Show list.
It did. Wow.
Warrior is probably my favorite sports film.
Yeah.
So that would be where
I'm actually okay with this. I actually had Warrior a little higher than that on my personal list, but I'm not going to veto it. I think 14 is a great spot for it. I mean, these are all good movies. That's the thing, is being number 14th out of 38 is not
Yeah.
bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
Nice. Well, I'm happy with that. Okay, so for 13, then I am going to put up what I consider to be one of the most hilarious films ever made, and that is This is Spinal Tap.
Nice. I didn't even have that on the list, but I don't mind that.
Put some spec on the name.
No, I fuck with that. Nice. So then is it me?
Yep, you get pick 12.
Ooh.
Now we're just going back and forth for the rest of it. It's just the first two that you get.
Okay. Pick 12. I'm going to go Do the Right Thing. And if you veto that, it means that you're racist.
I'm going to veto it.
I knew it, guys.
I want it to be higher than that.
Okay.
So I'm going to veto it from that perspective,
Okay.
not from the perspective that it shouldn't be on the list.
Okay. All right. I fuck with that. I just think there's a lot of heavy hitters to go up top. All right. If we're not... so I get to pick again for that? Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. Because we're going into what I think are fives. So maybe I hold off for like one more turn to go into the fives. I could put in...
It's going to be interesting because what you consider fives, I think, and what I consider five, we have some differences. So that's where it gets fun and interesting towards like the top.
Yeah, this is going to be fun. I'm going to go... I don't want to go super recent. I want to go Juno.
Okay.
I think that's fair enough, right? That's fair. For sure.
Yeah, I mean... Yeah, Juno's fantastic, but I don't think that it isn't like a top 10 or anything like that. No,
cool.
Okay. For 11, I'm going to put up
this is fun.
What I consider to be a great new watch for me this year, but not like a top one, but definitely up there. And I'll do The Green Mile.
Yeah, great. I was thinking of either Juno or Green Mile, and I wanted Green Mile above Juno. So
there you go.
I'm okay with that.
Now you get pick 10. So now we're in the top 10 already.
Now, Ash, I want this on this list, okay? I want it on the list, and I'm not going to fight for you from the top. I know that you will be disappointed. I want to put National Treasure within the top 10, okay?
Okay.
And I'm okay with it to stay at 10.
I won't veto it.
Okay, cool. National Treasure.
I'm not that mean. I wouldn't do that to you.
Yes.
I kind of figured it needed to be in the top. I wasn't sure if you were going to try to swing for like top 5, so I'm happy with it at 10.
I would have, but I was like, we might end a bit violent. So
no.
Better not.
Okay. I'm down with that. I'm cool with that. Okay. At number 9, then I am going to put up...
This is tough now because they're all brilliant. It's tough, hey? It's tough.
It is tough. I'm between 2. Okay, I'm going to put up Boyhood.
9? Okay. I'm okay with that. Yep.
Fantastic movie. I mean, we're talking like we're in the high 4.5s. It's not like these are bad movies by any means.
Like, I think I put Boyhood above Before Trilogy. But
I was between the 2, but I just love Before Sunrise so much that it really inflates the Before Trilogy for me.
I get that. That's fair enough. All right. All right. So we got 8 more to do, right? So we got.
Yeah, I mean, this means that some movies that we love are not even going to make the list. That's what's kind of like hard about doing it this way, is collaboratively.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then I want to make sure it gets there, I want to put Jaws at 8.
I almost put Jaws at 9, but I figured you wouldn't be happy with that. So
I would not have been happy with that. At all.
I had Jaws as number 8 on my personal list. So
there you go.
It's perfect. Okay, then I feel like next I definitely need to put up the Before Trilogy. I don't think it really deserves to be higher than that, but it definitely deserves to be on this list.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's great.
Okay.
All right. So that's 7, and then 6.
6 more.
So
Wow, that sucks.
1, 2 needs to be in there. 4, 5, 6. Oh, there's gonna be some that miss. Okay. I want that to be higher. I want to put in In the Mood for Love at
Okay.
6.
I had it higher on my personal list, but I'm happy with 6. I feel like,
I think the others hit
yeah.
harder.
hmm
So yeah, 6. I think that's okay for In the Mood for Love.
Okay. Well, then at 5, I'm gonna put up Do the Right Thing.
Ooh, some things are gonna be missing out. All right, so we
Have a
need for
veto
1,
if you want to,
2,
not have it on
3.
the list at all.
Oh my god, there is something that's gonna miss out.
You
But
can veto it if you want. But that was
no,
my second favorite new watch of this year. Like, I love that
no,
movie.
I love Do the Right Thing, so that's fine. I love it, and I'm not racist.
No, we're very
Um,
accepting here on
I'm
this.
very accepting. All right, top 5. Damn.
No, there's top 4. We're in
Oh, top
the last
4.
4.
Oh,
Yeah, something's definitely getting missed.
oh, something's getting missed. All right, something big is getting missed. Shit, why did I do Dell M for Murder?
You see, it's hard when you start from the bottom, but that's the nature of the collaborative draft.
It is. It is. I'm gonna go for number 4. I'm gonna go. Jesus, they're all 10s though. They're all 5s.
I know.
That definitely needs to be in there. That should be in there. I think that definitely needs to be in there. I also think those 2 definitely need to be in there.
Sounds like you're in a predicament.
I'm in a bit of a predicament over here, Ash. Number 4, I'm gonna go. This would be the one that I think needs to be in here as well. The Matrix.
Okay. I'm honestly surprised that you picked it at 4, but
Because I thought, because I know that I like it more than you.
I still have it as a 5.
Yeah, for sure. But it's like my second favorite film of all time. So I'm like, if I take it at number 2 or 1, that will get vetoed. And I'm like, I can't take that. I can't. That's my strategy behind it.
See, the crazy thing is, like, because I get number 1 pick, technically you can veto whatever I pick.
Oh, really? Oh, that's interesting. Cool.
So that scares me a lot.
All right. Well, I'm gonna veto if you don't say one of these 4 in for number 3.
I'm really nervous, Harry, because if I say Pulp Fiction right now, it'll be on the list probably. But if I say it at 1, you might veto it and then it's not on the list at all. And I will actually cry right now on this podcast. I think it deserves to be 1, but I'd rather it be on the list than not on the list. I'm going to put it at 3 because I can't risk it not being on here.
Okay.
And I just don't know if you would veto that if I picked it as number 1.
Nah, there's one that I think it should be number 1.
I think I know what you want to be number 1. I don't agree, but I probably could possibly come to agreement. Well, you get number 2 pick, so we'll see what happens
number
here.
2 is between these 2, and they're radically different films.
I know which ones you're between because I think we're between the same ones.
Number 2, I'm gonna go Heat.
Wow. Okay. I'm good with that.
Now
I have the difficult decision of
yeah, you do. And I know the way that you're going to be leaning. I'm just going to say back up. Back up.
God damn. I mean, if you veto me, I'm just going to pick
The other one.
So
Right? Yeah.
either way, you have the power. I really didn't think this through because I didn't think you'd save your veto for this long.
First time.
Okay, I'm between 10 Things I Hate About You and After Sun.
Correct. Yeah, those are the 2. Yes.
They're wildly different.
It's crazy that they're both not on this list.
What?
It's crazy that they're both not on this list, both.
Well, yeah, and the fact that they're in the number 1 spot over some of our favorite movies of all time is kind of wild.
Yeah.
But I'm not mad at it. Here's the thing. After Sun is a beautiful film. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. It's 5 stars.
Sell me on your decision right now, Ash.
10 Things I Hate About You. Are you kidding me? It's like the best romantic comedy ever made. Ugh.
It's tough. This is fun, Ash. Good idea.
Thank the Movie Draft Podcast.
Thank you, Movie Draft Podcast. Much love.
I just don't know what to do. I mean, I've loved 10 Things I Hate About You longer, but I feel like
16 Candles is still there, Ash.
Oh, fuck you. I think I'm going to pick After Sun. It is one of my favorite movies in recent memory. And I do think as far as like, as a film, I do think that it might be a better made film. But I think that 10 Things I Hate About You is better for me, but I think
Yeah.
After Sun deserves to be here.
Yeah. If I thought enough ahead, I would have probably counted to get them both in. But I
Yeah.
think that After Sun should be number one. So I'm
If we could have maybe left off Dial M for Murder, I think we
yeah.
could have literally just like scooted everything down and snuck in 10 Things I Hate About You,
Yeah.
but that's just the way it goes. So let me just recap the list then. In the number 15 spot, we have Dial M for Murder, 14, Warrior, 13, This is Spinal Tap, 12, Juno, 11, The Green Mile, 10, National Treasure, 9, Boyhood, 8, Jaws, 7, The Before Trilogy, 6, In the Mood for Love, 5, Do the Right Thing, 4, The Matrix, 3, Pulp Fiction, 2, Heat, and 1, After Sun.
Hell yeah.
Wow,
Nice. That was
that's
good
crazy.
fun.
Yeah, movies that were left off, Vertigo and Rear Window.
Yeah.
Any other Nicolas Cage movie, Raising Arizona,
Raising
Face Off.
Arizona was the main one.
Yeah, I'm a little bummed about Kiki's Delivery Service, but I know that's not everybody's favorite. And then Minari, I know you love that one.
Yep. Yep.
And 10 Things I Hate About You, probably the
10
biggest.
Things I Hate About You is the biggest one. Biggest one to miss. But hey,
Yep.
sucks to suck sometimes,
Hey,
you know?
that was fun though. We should do
That was-
those more because it really is like it's a little bit of a longer draft, but it's not that long and
it's good fun. I love that. Let's do that more. That was good fun. Nice.
All right.
Well, that is the end of the Nicolas Cage month. Thank you so much for listening. We love you. Ash, we're very much looking forward to you coming back. I'm counting down the days. But until then, we'll be watching a bunch of slashes, which I'm sure you'll be able to watch as well, and just like message us about, see if we got our predictions right or reviews right. But yeah, for next week, please do watch Scream, and then we'll be revealing all the other slashes in the weeks to come, which will be good fun. But until then, I'm Harry. That's Ash. Love Death Movies. See you at the movies.